Hey, it's Courier Girl, and I want to talk about gas today because it's really been bothering me. So, I got like a hair in my face. All right, got rid of it. So, gas prices, as you know, have been skyrocketing, especially over the last couple weeks. And here we went from 3.30, maybe even 3.29, all the way up to $4 within just a week or so, week and a half. And it really got to me. It's funny, you don't know what's going to hit you emotionally, but I was really upset about it over the last few days because personally, I don't think there's any reason for it. I mean, I know, yeah, there's stuff going on in the world and everything, but this is really, in my opinion, just a money grab by the oil industry. And it's also in, government administration policy, and it's the whole government. I'm not blaming any one person. I've thought our government was corrupt for a really long time, and so, people ask me what party I'm in, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm part of the vote 'em all out party because I'm just tired of it. But this really hit hard for me because I fill up once or twice a day, and since I started doing this job back in late 2020, gas prices have doubled. More than doubled, because there was times I could get gas back in 2020 for $1.59. Usually more like $1.89, $2, but there were times that I got it for $1.59, and now I can't find anywhere under $3.99. That's in Kentucky, and in Ohio, I can't find it under $4.09, and it's just going to keep going up. And as a courier, I'm like, my morning route that I do, it cost me $30 a week in gas when I started doing it. Now it's over $60 a week in gas. And that comes off of your income. That's part of your operating expenses. So for me, for that route, that's double. So that brings my gas cost up to, like, rough numbers here, like 12% of my income for that job. And to me, that's too high. Anything over 10% is too high, and I'd like it to be lower than that. And if you consider it was 5 to 6% when I started, wow. And I'm not making any more money because the company, this particular contract, doesn't pay fuel surcharges. And I think that's crap because they're a national company. They got a lot of drivers that are hurting right now, and they're going to start losing drivers because of that. So I want to talk to you today about that, because if you are currently a courier and you haven't been getting any extra fuel surcharges, especially in this last month, then it's time to talk to the person you're contracted with about that. And they may say yes, they may say no, but you need to make your voice heard and just say, hey, it's costing me a lot extra in gas. I need to be compensated for that because I'm not working for minimum wage or less because of this. So politely but firmly start talking to the people that you're working with and telling them that this needs to be taken care of if they're not doing it already. And the other thing you need to do is tell them that it's not a one-time thing, that a fuel surcharge should be, X percent for every, I don't know, 25 cents a gallon or whatever you come up with. But you can't say that, oh yeah, we gave you this fuel surcharge when it was $4 a gallon and now it's $6 or $7 a gallon, but too bad for you. No, it needs to be a percentage based on how prices fluctuated. And that also means that as prices go down, you will get less, but that's okay because this is a compensation for extra fuel, not a pay raise. Okay, if you're new to this business and you are in talks or you're going to be in talks with courier companies about that, bring that up and ask that to be added to your contract. What's the fuel surcharge policy? I don't want to be in a situation where a year from now I'm paying twice as much for gas and I'm not getting paid anymore, because then that brings my pay per hour, pay per mile, pay per however you want to do it down, because my operating expenses have gone up. And you can bet every trucking company, every carrier like UPS, FedEx, DHL, all of those, the post office even, they're having to pay extra money, and they are adding those costs to their customer charges. So when I had a brick and mortar business years ago, I would get letters from UPS regularly. That's who we mostly used back then for shipping. You know, effective this date, we're going to be adding a 12% fuel surcharge, or 14%, or we're going to be raising our rates because of fuel. That was always their reason. And of course, they never took their rates back down when fuel went down. It just stayed there, and that became the new bar, the new baseline. So everybody's doing it right now. If you are a courier, you need to see if you can get that extra if you're not already getting it. And if you're not a courier, you need to look over at the contract carefully, and you need to talk to your prospective courier companies about that to see what their policy is. Even the gig economy type of jobs, like the DoorDashes and all those, even they're starting to up their prices a little bit because drivers just aren't driving. Why would you drive when it's going to cost you twice as much to fill up your tank? You can do other things. You can go work at Walmart and make more money net, probably at some point, than you can doing this job if your costs aren't covered. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to talk about that. It really bothered me, like I said, because it's out of our control, and it's games that are being played with ordinary people like us. And I don't like that. I'm not a game player. I'm an honest person. I don't want to live in a world where I got to work harder and harder just to stay even because of games that billionaire corporations are playing. I'm even talking about people. I'm talking about the corporations and the people who run them, but not the individual wealthy people of the world. That's a different subject. And governments are playing with one another and with their own people. I think that sucks, and I want it to change. I'm hoping for a positive change. All right, that's it. I'm going to get back to my deliveries, and I just filled up and cringed a little. Anyway, back to deliveries, and I will see you on the road.